Not every car is built to last. Some will drain your wallet, break down when you need the most, and make you question every financial decision you've made. Today, we're breaking down the 11 worst car brands you'll regret buying in 2025. And more importantly, why? From blown engines to repair bills that rival rent, these names have one thing in common: regret. And there's one brand on this list that might shock you, once known for reliability, now buried under recalls and failure. If you're even thinking about buying it, hold up. Let's get into it. Starting at 11, Nissan. Once upon a time, Nissan was that brand. Affordable, reliable, and fun to drive, especially the Maxima, which had real attitude. But somewhere along the line, things fell apart. From failing CVTs to electrical gremlins, Nissan has built a reputation for short-term flash and long-term frustration. Owners report transmissions dying at 60,000 miles with no warning. Even models like the Rogue and Sentra, which sell well, are plagued with quality issues. Nissan's cost-cutting has caught up, and in 2025, reliability is no longer a sure thing. Things really took a dive after Nissan merged with Renault. Build quality slipped, reliability ratings tanked, and trust in the brand? Gone. The biggest red flag? That infamous CVT transmission. US News highlights major issues with Nissan's CVT transmissions. Nissan pushed it early, claiming innovation, but instead of smooth driving, they delivered short-lived nightmares. CVTs fail before 100,000 miles. And when they go hard. Replacements can cost $4,000 to $5,000, and that's if you're lucky. The Sentra and Pathfinder are some of the worst offenders. Owners report sudden breakdowns, rough shifts, and total failure with little to no warning. But it doesn't stop there. Nissan's engines come with their own mess. Some models burn oil too fast, others leak oil like a sieve, and repairs, painfully expensive. Once known for value, Nissan now delivers frustration earlier than you'd expect, and more often than you can afford. It's no wonder Nissan is drowning in recalls, from faulty Takata airbags to rusted-out body panels. There's always something going wrong. Even their infotainment systems feel like they belong in 2012, glitchy, slow, and frustrating to use. Sure, you can find a nearly new Nissan for under $20,000, but people still aren't buying. Why? Because they come with bad transmissions, weak engines, and a long-term reliability curse. Think fuel economy's a saving grace? Think again. The Nissan Armada is rated at 16 miles per gallon city, but many owners report 12 miles per gallon in real-world driving. That's a gas guzzler with nothing to show for it. From rising repair costs to constant recalls, Nissan is a regret waiting to happen. Taking the number 10 spot is Land Rover, a brand that screams luxury until you actually own one. Under the elegant design is a mechanical headache. Cheap seals, leaky sunroofs, and shoddy components are just the beginning. Ask any longtime owner, you'll hear stories of constant electrical issues, warning lights that won't turn off, and air suspension systems that collapse like they're on strike. Land Rover sells you a luxury experience, but in reality, you're signing up for premium prices and budget-level dependability. If you're thinking about buying a Land Rover, just know, you're also buying into frequent, expensive repairs. The badge says luxury, the experience says stress. People say quality and reliability go hand in hand, but Land Rover breaks that rule. These vehicles often struggle to hit 100,000 miles without throwing serious issues your way. Even after Tata took over in 2008, the problems didn't disappear. Suspension, software, electronics, decade-old issues are still haunting today's models. The resale value? Awful. A 5 to 6-year-old Land Rover can lose half or more of its value. Meanwhile, Toyota and Honda SUVs are holding strong. Nobody wants a luxury headache. And then comes the maintenance. Brakes and tires every 15,000 miles? That's a $4,000 to $5,000 bill just to keep it rolling. And don't get us started on the electronics and infotainment bugs. Despite the premium price tag, Land Rover consistently ranks near the bottom in consumer reliability. US News ranks Land Rover among the least reliable brands, citing frequent air suspension and electrical failures. A $55,000 Evoque has worse dependability than a $30,000 Toyota RAV4. That says it all. Unless you're into stress and surprise repair bills, skip it. Brand number 9, Jeep. The rugged Jeep image might look great on Instagram, but behind the wheel, it's a different story. The ride is rough, handling feels clumsy, and the interior, cheap and outdated. Even the tech can't keep up. Most Jeeps still lag behind competitors by years. And speed? Forget it. Most Jeep models are underpowered, and fuel efficiency is miserable. But the real red flag? Every model gets complaints. Wrangler, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee, Gladiator, Renegade, Compass, none are safe. The U.S. news cites that the brand hasn't made the IHS top safety pick list since 2019. Sales are dropping, market share is shrinking, and longtime fans are losing faith. The Grand Cherokee and Compass, in particular, have earned tons of owner complaints. In 2020, the Wrangler even ranked among Consumer Reports' top 10 least reliable vehicles, and it hasn't recovered since. The Gladiator, just as shaky. Some owners joke Jeep stands for just empty. Every pocket, and with frequent breakdowns and steep repair bills, they might be onto something. Taking the number 8 spot is General Motors. Despite a long history, GM faces mechanical nightmares. One of the biggest problems with GM? Cheap build quality. Flimsy interiors, fragile controls, and trim pieces that wear out faster than they should, even on newer models. Paint quality is all over the place. In some cases, it leads to early rust issues, especially in colder climates. And let's not forget the Silverado's drive shaft vibration, a problem they've been dragging around for years. Mechanically, GM has made some massive mistakes. One of the worst? The infamous North Star engine, with head bolts that were too short, leading to full-blown engine failure. They've also had widespread transmission control module issues, affecting hundreds of thousands of vehicles. GM knows about it, but instead of taking responsibility, they pass the bill to the customer. Let's not forget the 2014 ignition switch scandal, which led to over 100 deaths. GM only issued the recall after they were forced to, not because it was the right thing to do. Customer service? A complete disaster. One-star reviews dominate forums with stories of ignored warranties, failed repairs, and support teams that barely respond. GM has clearly lost its way. Brand number 7, Chrysler. If you're looking for a car that actually lasts, Chrysler might not be the place to start. Ranked at number 7, this brand is plagued by cheap materials, bad engineering, and constant breakdowns. Step inside one, and you'll notice the interiors feel flimsy, like they were made from recycled plastic toys. And owners, they say things start falling apart way too soon. Chrysler has done very little to solve these problems. Rushed production, sloppy assembly, and poor fit and finish have been haunting them for decades. The brand's been passed around like a bad stock from Daimler-Benz to Cerberus, then Fiat, and now Peugeot. But with every new parent, the same old issues remain. Even their most popular models like the Pacifica minivan are no exception. From engine stalls to cruise control failures, and even gear shifters causing rollaways, it's one issue after another. In 2018 alone, Chrysler recalled 15,000 Pacificas due to engine software failures and battery defects. And according to RepairPal, fixing these issues? Not cheap. Chrysler owners spend an average of $700 per year on repairs above the industry average. And don't count on the warranty to save you. Dealerships often shift blame to avoid covering repairs. And even when they do, the process is painfully slow. Most owners end up paying out of pocket just to avoid the fight. And the number 6 spot is BMW. Let's be honest, if you've ever talked to a BMW owner, you've probably heard the same things. High maintenance costs, constant repairs, and overcomplicated engineering. And they're not wrong. Some Reddit user jokingly calls BMW, "Be my wife." BMWs are precision machines, but they burn through parts fast. Suspension components, cooling systems, gaskets, all need frequent replacement. And the repair bills? Brutal. Exclude Massic Match. Their engines are known for performance, but also over-engineering. That means more things to go wrong more often and at a premium price. Just look at the NT 328i with its timing chain issues. The N55-powered 335i that's notorious for oil leaks, or the N63 V8 that literally drains its own battery. And used BMWs, that's where things get scary. A new M4 costs over $80,000, But after 10 years, you can find one for $30,000. Sounds like a deal. Not be saying until the $3,000 repair bills start stacking up. BMW's biggest problem isn't just reliability, it's that people buy the car but can't afford the upkeep, and that's a costly mistake waiting to happen. BMWs aren't built for long-term reliability, they're built for performance, status, and driving pleasure. But when things go wrong, BMW doesn't make it easy. Warranty claims are often dragged out, and dealerships won't fix major issues unless the car is completely disabled. Owners face delays, ignored issues, and frustrating customer service. Worse, BMW dealers are known for pushy sales tactics, selling you the dream of German luxury, only to leave you with years of expensive repairs. Let's not forget the 720,000 plus vehicles BMW recalled for faulty water pumps, which could catch fire. That's not just bad design, that's a safety hazard. Taking the 5 spot is Mercedes-Benz. Back in the 1980s and early 90s, these cars were built like tanks. Durable, dependable, and over-engineered in a good way. But around the year 2000, things changed. Mercedes cut costs, introduced water-based paint that led to early rust, and loaded their cars with complex electronics. It looked impressive on the surface, but once the warranty expires, it's a tech repair nightmare. Screens glitch, sensors fail, and repairs cost thousands. Mercedes-Benz vehicles are not low maintenance. Basic upkeep can cost double what you'd pay for a Japanese luxury car, and many models drop in value fast once those systems start aging. Peers about where didn't make it's a Chapin 5? In a normal by the early years on value and receivables. For those who buy used, it's easy to get pulled in by the badge. But when you're replacing air suspension or battling electrical gremlins, the star on the hood starts to lose its shine. Mercedes might have the look and the name, but ownership? It's maintenance-heavy and unforgiving, especially with dual-clutch transmissions and turbocharged engines that demand strict servicing. Miss an oil change or skip a filter replacement? You're flirting with serious engine damage. And their 7G-tronic gearbox, used in most models for the last decade, needs timely service or you'll pay for it. Speaking of pay, repairs easily run into the thousands. That's not luxury, that's financial stress with a leather seatbelt. Hydraulic engine mounts wear out, causing vibration and noise. Air suspension fails, leading to poor handling and uneven ride height. Even the gearbox mounts rattle. It's a quiet ride until it isn't. Fuel economy? Rough. Mercedes prioritizes power over efficiency, so expect to burn more, especially in city driving. If you're liking this breakdown, hit subscribe and give it a like. We've got more lists coming, including the most reliable brands you should actually buy. Coming in at number 4 is Jaguar, a brand that looks like royalty, but drives like regret. If you Google Jaguar reliability, it doesn't take long to see the truth. The brand ranks 29th out of 32. That's not luxury, that's a liability. One of Jaguar's biggest disasters? The ingenious diesel engines, which are known to self-destruct. And that's just the start. Owners also report failing infotainment screens, gear selectors that don't rise, and seat controls that stop working, sometimes within months. Sure, Jaguars look stylish, but they fall apart underneath. They want to be high-end, but they just don't deliver the quality or consistency. The average yearly maintenance cost? A brutal $1,123, far above the industry average of $652. And more repairs per year means more chances for a major failure, 14% to be exact. The interiors? Outdated. Jaguar hasn't done a real design refresh since 2014, and it shows. Step inside and it feels more stale than premium. And when something breaks, which it will, expect long wait times, bad service, and very few answers. The Jaguar F-Pace might be the worst of them all, plagued by instrument cluster failures, overheating engines, and random battery drains. It's everything you don't want in a luxury SUV. In fact, the F-Pace had 12 manufacturer recalls and was ranked least reliable vehicle of 2019 by Consumer Reports. Enough said. Coming in at number 3 is Volkswagen, a brand with a complicated identity. Some Americans see it as iconic, others see it as endlessly unreliable. And both might be right. One thing's for sure, repairs are expensive and more complicated than they should be. Unlike Japanese brands, which any local mechanic can service, Volkswagens often confuse shops and stretch repair timelines. Many mechanics complain about VW's odd layout and hard-to-source parts. And since a lot of those parts are imported, you're left waiting longer and paying more to fix even basic problems. Volkswagen's engineering is a double-edged sword. Their engines and corrosion protection are solid. But the electrical systems, not so much. Owners report constant issues with sensors, infotainment bugs, AC compressors, and failing software. It's like the more tech you get, the more headaches you inherit. And of course, you can't forget the diesel emissions scandal, a global black eye for VW that still haunts their reputation today. In fact, the NHTSA recalled nearly 80,000 Volkswagens due to software failures. Speedometers vanish from dashboards, rearview cameras stop working. That's not just annoying, that's a safety risk. Some people say an 8-year-old Jetta is better than an 18-year-old Corolla. But with VW's tech bugs, expensive repairs, and reliability issues, most owners end up regretting the choice. If you want a car that truly lasts, you're better off looking elsewhere. Taking the second spot is Audi, a brand that's pure eye candy. Sleek design, plush interiors, great drive feel. When new, but that shine fades fast. Audi ranks just barely above average in J.D. Power's long-term reliability study. Not great for a brand that markets itself as premium. Some owners brag about reaching 100,000 miles, but try pushing it to 200K. The engine, fuel pump, and electronics will fight you every step of the way. Repairs are outrageous. Just replacing the fuel pump can run you $2,000, and that's only one of many components that fail prematurely. Audi owners frequently deal with electronic failures, endless warning lights, and luxury features that break before the car even hits middle age. Bottom line, Audi delivers a great first impression and a long-term headache. Take the Audi Q5. There are reports of the entire car alarm system going off at once, forcing owners to tow the car. Not exactly a luxury moment. Audi's obsession with overly complex tech means more parts that fail faster and more systems that break when you need them most. Even basic maintenance can get wildly expensive. And Audi dealerships? They'll happily welcome you in, just don't show up without a warranty. Once that coverage expires, expect long wait times and high bills. Fuel economy is decent, but that's not enough to save your bank account. Owning an Audi feels like stepping into a luxury trap. Flashy at first, but full of pain long-term. Finally, at number 1, and yes, this may surprise you, is Volvo. The brand is known for safety. But let's be clear, safe doesn't mean reliable. Consumer Reports gave the Volvo XC40 below-average reliability scores for both 2022 and 2023 based on road tests and real owner feedback. Even the 2024 models are only slightly better, and some of Volvo's worst recent models include the 2021 XC90, 2022 XC60, and 2023 XC40. Reported issues? Everything from climate control failures to in-car electronics randomly dying, which is ironic for a brand that built its name on confidence and consistency. You can simply put, Volvo struggles with electrical issues that affect the engine and other key systems, and fixing them? Not cheap. The average maintenance cost is $769 per year, and over 10 years that adds up to $13,500 plus, more than many more reliable brands. Brakes have also been a major issue. One recall revealed a software flaw that disabled brake assist, a critical safety system. That's not just annoying, that's dangerous. Yes, Volvo offers comfort and style, but when it comes to long-term dependability, it's a brand that requires serious second thought. If you want to know what happens to cars that never got sold, click now to watch and get to see how dealership clears out their car lots. Hit like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. This is PistonVerse, where we tell it like it drives.